Some of the most faithful homeschools that I know would never make it onto Instagram. They don't have a homeschool room or curated shelves. They don't have matching baskets or those beautiful bookshelves that I see in the background of so many Instagram accounts. But they are raising children and families who know and love the Lord. We think homeschool needs to look impressive a lot of times. And sometimes that is just a thing I think that we have been almost conditioned to believe in this digital age of social media. And, this kind of started with Pinterest and Instagram. And I'm here to tell you that that is a gigantic lie. We think that being faithful means looking polished and making sure that the Bible is open everywhere and that we have all of the right posters and all of the materials. But again, those are just visual things. What it comes down to is if it doesn't look aesthetic, a lot of times we think that it's not working because it should look a certain way. But the truth is that faithfulness is invisible. And character formation a lot of times is going to be a very quiet thing. Obedience doesn't exactly photograph well for the gram. During those early years of our homeschool, nothing would really photograph well for my family. I had an Instagram account, but I can tell you it probably didn't look very pretty. Those young years of my homeschool, it was just me, a kindergartner, and a fourth grader around a kitchen table. And I tried to do everything I could to make it look a certain way because I had spent way too much time on Pinterest and I thought that my homeschool had to look this way or it wouldn't be effective. If I didn't curate my area, like my little space, into a mini classroom, then I was certainly doing it wrong. It was a small kitchen area, and for the first year, that's exactly what I did. I turned it into a mini classroom, and I worked my little butt off to make sure that we had everything in the right spaces and we had all the right posters and we had the computer and we had all of the right curriculum. And while my heart was in the right place, I did not understand at the same time what homeschooling actually was. And that's okay because we all start somewhere. And I know that a lot of us do that same thing, at the very beginning. So while a lot of times our hearts are in the right place, it doesn't mean that our homeschool is more effective because we have all of those visual things in place. Even today, I have a very average home. We have a lot of things that are secondhand. This space that I'm in that we call the homeschool room really isn't a homeschool room. It is just an extra bedroom that my kids have turned into their space, especially as they've gotten older. I mean, this is like the computer area. This is the 3D print area. I know you can't really see it, but we have 2 3D printers down here. I have a bookshelf over here that makes it look kind of schoolish, but for the most part, I mean, this is just a space where my kids do all of their certain activities, and we just call it the homeschool room. So my home is very average, in a very average neighborhood, in a very average town. I don't have the beautiful stacks of curriculum and bookshelves, and I don't have any of that, but our homeschool is very effective because I learned along the way that the visual cues don't make my homeschool more or less effective. Homeschool can look like practicing math facts while you do the laundry. Homeschooling looks like reading my Bible first thing in the morning before I do any other activity. It looks like discussions around the dinner table about what we all read in history that day. And these are just small things that happen on a daily basis in my house. And homeschooling is a very imperfect thing, and education can be like that. I mean, how many non-perfect days did you have when you were in public school in the classroom? I mean, I don't know about you, I was public schooled, and that place was a hot mess more than it wasn't. So just know that your kids are learning more than you think they are most of the time. just to put your mind at ease. I know this video is really short, but I really just wanted to encourage you that these days matter. And even those days that look imperfect and look messy matter. And all of this is going to become this huge warm hug of a memory to you when your kids are older. I have older kids now, and those little days, oh, I miss them so very much. But just know that those days they will feel like a warm hug when you think back on them. You're not going to be perfect. And if you live in an average house with average things and you don't have a homeschool and you don't have pretty shelves, your homeschool is still just as effective as anybody else's. Your homeschool does not need to look impressive to be powerful and effective for your children. That's really all I wanted to say today. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Happy homeschooling.